Hi, my name is Pablo and I'm tutoring Marketing 101 and International Business 205. One of the skills that are quite useful is inclusiveness, which is basically to make people feel comfortable in the environment of the team so that everyone is willing to share their opinions and their experiences. So the university has several workshops and several resources to help you out to develop skills such as inclusiveness or several. But when you get in front of the groups, you find out that each one is different. And then you have to adapt and to get used to each one of those groups, to the peculiarities of each group. Therefore, I would like to share with you a couple of ideas that might be useful for you in your tutorials. The first one is about planning your tutorial. So what I usually do is to plan my tutorials in 3 parts. And the first part is around 10 minutes. It's about presenting the concept and the key elements. But the idea in terms of inclusiveness is to let the students think and to let their brains come with ideas and begin to think about their opinions. So probably in that stage, I will just pop some questions which I'm not expecting them to answer, but I'm just expecting them to think about them. The second stage is about relating the concept with a real-world situation or example. So of course, in terms of teaching, the idea is to know why is this concept about and how is it going to be useful in the real world. But in terms of inclusiveness, what we are trying to do here is to let them sometimes to think and to strengthen their opinions. So in this moment, I will probably ask something and I will expect someone to answer it, which it's quite, the normal people that will answer them is the ones that are expressive, and the shy ones will not be comfortable sharing their ideas just like that. So if you just look to a silent, or well, listen to silence, you just ask them to write down their thoughts, which is something useful for them to have something to say. But then we go to the third part, which is the rest of the tutorial, which will be around 30 minutes, which is to create groups. So I form groups of 2 or 3 people, and the idea here is to make them discuss in this small environment, and then I go to each one of the groups and try to guide the discussion, which will be better for shy people because they feel like in a small environment where they can just tell you something. They don't have to share it with everybody, just have to share it with a couple of people there, and then it's easier for them to express. And this guy that probably is the leader, I can tell them, oh, yeah, that's a great one. How about listening to this other guy? So they feel quite comfortable with this kind of situation. So this is the first idea I want to share, how to plan your tutorials in terms of inclusion. The second idea I want to share with you is about students. So we know that us as tutors, we have a primary role in terms of inclusion, of creating this inclusive environment. However, what I believe that we have to teach them or tell them how to be inclusive with each other. So for instance, when you go to your groups, you will find that people will begin to sit down in the same places and they will get the same groups, which is fine. But it's better if they can be mingled together or mingle around and to be with different people and share different experiences. So what I do there is to number them. So I say, for instance, depends on the size of the group, but I will say just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then all people with number 1 form a group, and so in this way you will allow them to be with different people and therefore to listen to different opinions. And the point here is that you are helping them to develop their own inclusion skills, which is a different thing. It's not only about you, but also about students. So basically, these are the 2 ideas I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy tutoring.